Hey, welcome back on into the Keeves Dome. Thanks for giving me a looky there, Cookie. It's good to see you. Sorry about my voice. It's a little bit shredded like some cheddar cheese. Yesterday, we had a really long 12-hour birthday stream. That was so much fun. I mean, it was way more fun for me than it was anybody who was watching on. I'm sorry. It was all good times for you, bad times. But either way, the clock was ticking. Oh, baby, and we were kicking, making some big old goals. And my goal was met. It was a freaking amazing party. And during that, we played a couple new games. One was the God of Rock. We played Returnal for the first time, which my gosh, how did I miss out on that game? That's amazing. But what I want to talk about today is a game called Whiskers Squadron Survivor. I saw this game on Steam, and when you're reading about it, the first couple of words that pop out, you know, you got roguelike, you got an on-rail space shooter. You're like, okay, you know, I've heard of it before, played Ice Wall, you know, Rezo Gun, that style of game, and similar to like Geometry Wars in 3D. But then you start seeing a little bit of that StarFox flavor in there. Obviously, they're all cats. I don't like cats. Cat from StarFox, I didn't love. Falco and Cat and their like history past was kind of very, very upsetting for me because I loved Falco. That was my bro. And to the bro, I say no. You messed with it. Hey, you mess with the fur, you get the claws, all right? You gotta watch yourself and you're ruffling your feathers. So it doesn't matter how I felt about Falco and Cat. I'm just not a cat kind of guy. Give me them dogs. He was in charge of, you know, the entire military of Corneria. That's my dog right there. This one in here, all cats. Man, at the same time, the vibe of it kind of had like that Tomcat feel, that cartoon of old. That was definitely for a crowd much older than what it was shown to, and yet I loved every second of it too. So this has a lot of sprinkling tastes in there that I was really excited to chow down on. So when I finally got to tear into it, oh my gosh, this one is going to stand out for a long time to come. As a roguelike, it challenges you. It's got a great loop that keeps you coming back. It's got an amazing upgrade system. It's got really good synthwave spirit to it. The speed is just right. I think it needs just a little bit of work as far as the sound design goes. It's kind of flat when it comes to different characters, and you know, there's different styles of pilots and ships you can get, but they don't feel extremely different yet. But my goodness, is this game fun to play. You run into a bunch of little mini bosses along the way that are going to give you a bunch of power-ups, give you some of your haul back. You can upgrade the different critical hits you get, which change the types of power-ups you get in the roguelike. It's going to remind you a bit of like Hades. You get some of the Rezo Gun style of house mark ridiculousness, Geometry Wars happening on your screen. In fact, there's one of the guys in there that just starts pooping geometry all over you. It's incredibly annoying. But this game never stops being fun. You got to rely on your doing your barrel rolls. You got to be really good with your aim, whether you're mouse and keyboard or controller. I went mouse and keyboard on this one, but I got a controller. Has you feeling a bit of that nostalgia with it if you're going for the StarFox rocks? I loved every second of actually battling my way through each level as far as I could go back, upgrade, hit it again in the perfect rogue-like. Now, I gotta say, there's only a couple of levels that you can play through so far. The game is in early access, but it's gonna get there. And I think with just a little bit of work, a little bit of time, if the developers really love it, I cannot wait to see where this game goes. Graphically, obviously it doesn't require a super heavy rig. It looks really good. It's smooth. It's colorful. It looks pretty much like any 24/7 YouTube chill synthwave radio station you're gonna find out there. But whether or not you're playing your favorite album cover through an entire video game, or it's the grids that look like, you know, a Stream Elements paid background for some streamer out there that you're watching, it doesn't matter. As you're playing through it, you're having a great time because it feels so good to fly through. The control mechanics are tight. You get those tight boosts by going through really small spaces you can use to increase your invulnerability for a second. You can get more power for a few seconds, or you can repair yourself a little bit and upgrade that as you go. And all of a sudden, your new strategy is being an ace Top Gun, you know, Tom Cruise style of fighter in this thing. As you're playing through, there's going to be a bunch of mini bosses that are going to challenge you and show you the different ways to play. Now, there's not a lot of variety. If you beat through all of them in the second level you play, it's pretty much the same ones. It's just a different kind of maneuverability you got to do to get through the environment as it changes, and there's different obstacles. But there's going to be certain ones that make you very angry. Much like every roguelike you're going to play, you might be overflowing with the rage. Now you got to pour a little bit out and set it over there, and then sip it as you're getting better power-ups. You know, you might get a little ice in there. I'm gonna cool it down. Still really hot. Get a little bit of ice the next time you play it, cooling it down. Finally, about the 6th time through, you got some global upgrades. You've upgraded your ship, and you can just take a sip. That ship sip is sitting real nice in that throat because I'm becoming the goat cat. You're the goat cat. Now, as you get everything upgraded and you go through, you get the upgrades, you decide what your main core game style is going to be for you, personalize it, then, now you can demolish. Ooh, baby. Yeah, the game is really good. The longer you play it, the better you get, the more fun you have, but then you kind of run out of content because it's still in early access. I can't wait to see where the game goes and how it opens up. Hopefully, I can keep updating you here on the YouTube. I'll probably be streaming it live on my Twitch TV/Keebs at some point, but if not, at any point, you want to ask me any questions about it, you want to see more of it, you let me know. Let me know what you think of it. It's such a fun game. If you haven't picked it up yet, if you want an early access, you want to join me on the road to glory, hop on in. Thanks so much for listening. I just want to talk about it for a minute. Anyways, deuces, truces, movie cabooses. I'll catch you later.